All righty, people. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are doing well. So happy to be here today as we do have a guest speaker, and this girl is a true rock star. Stacy's running a little bit late because she is also a hair salon owner. So she's trying to juggle a lot of things like all of us are, right? But she'll be on a little bit. But in the meantime, I just kind of wanted to just jump on and kind of give a small introduction to Jhenifer because I don't even know what her stats are, and to me, honestly, it doesn't matter because what I see from Jhenifer is that she's someone who is clearly extremely busy. You could see she's wearing her baby. Jhenifer is a mommy to 3 kiddos and she's a wife, but yet Jhenifer still has slayed this business, and she can obviously give us more details. But I want to celebrate her because every time that I see Becky on her stories, celebrating her team, Jhenifer's always one of those that Becky's celebrating, and she just stands out to me. She's someone that makes things happen despite the fact that she's a super busy mom of 3, much like Brenda. Brenda's a mom of 3. But Jhenifer has literally she's become a diamond multiple times. And I know that it's all because it's a decision that she has decided to chase. She wasn't wishy-washy about it. She wasn't like, oh, I don't know if I have it in me. It was a choice, and she did it, and she's done it again. And I am so freaking proud of her. So I just kind of invited her because Stacy and I wanted for you girls to hear someone else to say, hey, this is, what I have done. This is how I have done it. And I just hope that she pours into you encouragement and that you get to see her perspective. And sometimes I think when you hear from someone else, you're like, yes, I get it. You can hear from me 20 times, but sometimes it just takes that one person that spoke your language and you're like, yep, that's what it took. So I, welcome Jhenifer to share, a little bit about her, how she got started with, Beachbody, and what is her driving force and the action steps that she took to make this happen. And then at the end, we'll open it up for questions. So Jhenifer, it's an honor to have you here. Girlfriend, take it away.
Thank you, Susie, for that. And actually, I want to thank Susie because if you guys have never done a vision board, Susie leads the best calls ever. I have never in my life done a vision board. I always want to do one. I'm always going to do one, and I never do it. And so when Susie led it, I thought, I don't even care to be diamond now. I want to be a diamond maker. And I put that on my vision board, and we're right there. My girl, Felicia, hit the ground running 3 months ago. Success Club, Success Club, Success Club. She's 1 emerald away from diamond. I'm like, boom. So I'm like, yes. And then Amber's on here showing up. She's a savage. Every day she's just consistent. So as long as we're consistent and showing up, that's gonna get you there, especially if you're coachable. So backstory, when I first started was March 2006. 2016. I started as a free girl, right? So I had my daughter, my second child, December 2015. And I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll drop the weight. After my son, I got down to 130, 140. I was like, I'm a mom now. I'll never go back to the 120s. I just accepted it with my firstborn. I didn't do Beachbody then. I was trying to go to the gym, suffering because my kid wouldn't stay at the child watch. And then, so I had my daughter, and with both my first 2 kids, I had the worst postpartum depression. But with my daughter, it was so ugly that I was convinced every day that they were better off without me. It was really, that was the turning point to where it's I have to do something. And back then there was a 30-day free trial, right? So I signed up for the free trial. I showed up. every day for yoga, because even then I still had all the excuses. I don't want to lose my milk supply. I'm not sleeping enough. I don't have energy. I don't have muscle now. Like I had every single excuse in the book. Okay. I'm not worthy was probably a big one that I didn't admit to myself back then, but I know I had that excuse. So, because I wasn't willing to invest in myself, right? Even the challenge pack back then was like over 200. I was like, I'm not worth, like, I can't do that. I can't do that. So I did the 30 days for free. I showed up every day. I engaged in our free group, and I wanted more. I wanted more, but I did not want to invest in myself. I was so resistant. And then finally, I told my husband, I was like, I need this for me. So a little backstory from that was I used to be an operational manager for Lowe's. So I was used to having my own money. I bought a house when I was 21, which my whole life is backwards. I sold the house, and then had kids and then got married. Like everything's a big mess. Like I don't follow nobody's rules. And so it was really hard to go from managing 300 people to bawling my eyes out because I couldn't manage 2 little kids, and I was living on like peanut butter jelly crust and gaining weight at that,
Mommy,
like.
you said you want to paint me. I said yes.
Okay, get the painting stuff so you can paint, okay? And so right here, paint right here on the classroom table. I actually was gonna do this at the dining room table because they were having dinner, and then I thought I'd escape up here, and now I ended up homeschooling last year during the pandemic for the first time. I had anxiety over that, but you just got to do it. Fear is a liar, and freedom is on the other side of that. So it was really hard to be a stay-at-home mom, can't manage 2 little kids, can't lose the weight. I was heavier 3 months, 4 months postpartum than when I was pregnant. It's like, wait, how did I have a 7-pound baby and I gained weight? Like, I don't get it. And so after the free week, I said, I know it's tight. I know we live in San Diego now. I quit to be a stay-at-home mom, which is, I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but as we grow up, I was like, oh, that's a dream. That's never going to happen. I'll work. And that's why I climbed. And I loved my job. I loved being a salary manager, but 60-hour weeks, I would never see my kids. And the one thing I wanted more than a career was to be a mom. Like I can get a career when they're grown, right? The mom, we're only going to be a mom right now. So I ended up stepping away from that. And my husband was the breadwinner, and because he was a full-time PhD student before that. So it was just all new. We were in a new city. I didn't have any friends. We had just moved to San Diego. I had 2 little kids, a baby and a 2-year-old. And so I was like, I have to do this. It was tax season, and we always do one thing with our taxes. And I said, I need this. Like, I just want this, please. And so I invested for the year. I said, you can use it too. And there's stuff I could do with the kids, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I finally got in, and I was just coachable. I like sign up your spouse, sign it, like invite. And I'm like, nobody's going to want to be me to coach them. Like, look at me. I haven't talked to anybody in so long. I did it scared. I posted, does anybody want me to coach you? Or do you want to do this workout thing with me virtually? Because I need friends. I was like straight up like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I need friends. And some of like my favorite coworkers that we like barely kept in touch on Facebook, we were only Facebook friends. We didn't even keep in touch. They saw my post. Yes, I want in. I'm paying way more than that at this gym, and I don't get any of that. I don't get to see you. I don't get the supplements. Like, I want in, no questions asked. And 2 of those girls are still some of my coaches. Bro, excuse me, mama. I'm helping the mamas. Say hi.
Hi.
Go draw us a picture that you could show us when you're done, okay? Good idea? Here, I got an idea. I'll give you this new thing, okay? And so I bought this because I'm gonna preschool teacher. I was gonna save it for the first day of school, but she can have it now. Here you go, mama. And so after that, I was just coachable, right? I just showed up, and first and foremost, you got to get out of your own way. Like, don't forget why you signed up. Did you sign up to lose weight? Did you sign up to gain muscle? Like, maybe you have stomach problems, whatever your why is, like, we can't lose sight of that. Because the moment we stop working on ourselves and showing up for the main reason we showed up, we're going to feel discouraged. We're not going to want to show up. So I was coachable. And since I was a coach, I was like, oh, personal development. At first, I was always like, tell me what to read, tell me what to listen to. But personal development is personal. Literally, if you look at my Audible books, it's all marriage, it's all raising kids. There's some leadership stuff because I love leadership, even though I'm not like an operation manager, I'm still in a leadership role, right? We're all entrepreneurs and I love that stuff. So a lot of it, I listened to Ilana's book, I listened to Autumn's book. I got certified for 2B Mindset. I got certified Ultimate Portion Fix. I like to learn and I like to teach my kids. So I think I just showed up consistently and actually hit diamond right after 80-day breakaway, which was January 2018. And I didn't do that with intention. I did that because I just was coachable, like sign up your spouse. Okay. Show up every day. Okay. Listen to personal development. Okay. Like do what's right for you. Do your workouts, do your food. And I did it and share about it. So that first time I hit diamond. So, okay. I signed up as a coach May 2017. So it was less than a year for me to hit diamond that first time because I did the vital behaviors. I listened to all the wake up calls, even if it was on the podcast, even if it was on a drive on the way to the college, because I took college classes with my son, just so that he can be around other kids so I can get out of the house, which Beachbody like gave me that passion to get out of the house, to connect, because I was so isolated and so alone. You guys know being a mom is just, it's the whole nother world. They never tell you. They never ever tell you. So after I hit diamond, after 80-day breakaway, you know, my son, this is one of the reasons, one of my excuses when I started with my daughter. It took me 4 solid months of like mastitis and seeing a lactation consultant and seeing all the doctors because I could not nurse my son. And that was something I really had my heart set on. So with my daughter, I was nursing her great and I didn't want to lose that. You know, I didn't want to lose that. But the whole reason my son couldn't nurse is he was born with a submucous cleft. So, you know, the kids that have a cleft palate, right? You could see it, it's visible. Well, submucous cleft, you can't see it. It's the inside of your mouth is built like this, but the teeth, the gum, everything, it looks fine. So even though we had seen one specialist after another, everyone's like, he's fine. Maybe he's got tongue tie. No, he doesn't have tongue tie. Maybe he's got this, maybe he's got that. We don't know. Well, one of the, his speech pathologist was like, I think he's got this. And we took him to a specialist and he had that. The submucous cleft palate surgery is like, they had to put him to sleep. It was like a 6-hour surgery, like plastic surgery. He was, I don't know, 3 years old, 2 years old. He's born August 2014. This was 2000. He was 3.5 years old. He was 3.5 years old. And I remember just being there like, God, why can't it be me? And I was supposed to have surgery that same month because I had 2 fibroids. One was 7 centimeters and the other one was 13 centimeters. And I had the worst lower back pain. So that was scheduled before I started 80-day obsession. Then I did 80-day obsession. Then my son's surgery came up. And I was supposed to have my surgery and I postponed it to August of that year because we can't both be out, right? I kid you not, his pediatrician ordered Daily Sunshine from me to tell his people because my son lived on Daily Sunshine for 6 weeks. Because after that surgery, it's like a tissue paper, the top of his mouth. He couldn't have Jello, he couldn't have mashed potatoes. It had to be liquid. When I showed up to this business was for my sanity. When I showed up at this business, it was so that like it was my escape, you know, and I didn't call people, I didn't like work the business, but I still showed up every single day on social media. I still showed up for myself and in my groups. Amber's been with me since the beginning. She can tell you. And so for 6 months, we like did Facebook groups. We kept accountable, but I did not call. I did not invite. I was kind of in my whole head down, just showing up for my journey. And that's what kept me sane. No joke. I can say that 80-day obsession, nutrition, time nutrition, and prayer, because I started going to a home group, which Beachbody actually brought, like gave me the to get out and to search for a home group with the church, you know? They were like, I remember they said, what can we pray for you today? Because I wasn't struggling. Usually it was like, please pray for my husband. My husband suffers from anxiety and depression. And even now it's really bad because he just totaled my car like 2 weeks ago. So that's something we're struggling with like on a daily. When my son's surgery happened, it was a big struggle. Black Lives Matters happened, it was a big struggle. Like little things that happen in the world trigger him and it becomes like a struggle, right? So it was always, my prayer was for him or for my son's surgery, but I didn't need any of that. We were running these groups. I had my head down. I felt like I was starting to come back from my son's surgery and everything. I said, I guess I need prayer for my surgery. And they were like, your surgery? I was like, yeah, I'm getting an MRI tomorrow. It was the day after, I'll never forget. Because I have these 2 fibroids. I've had them since I found out I was pregnant with my son. They found out I had them and they're going to have to remove my uterus. And I was like, I didn't think I was done having kids, but we have 2, healthy kids. It's fine, Well, I went in and so for prayer, there was like 12 moms put their hands on me. They didn't say, God, let this be an easy surgery. No, they said, God, take this sickness away from her. Remove the fibroids, remove it. And I remember praying with them thinking, okay, yeah, right. They're just going to be gone. I've had them since I found out I was pregnant. I'll never forget that drive home that night from home group. I was like, God, please forgive me. I didn't mean to doubt. I did not mean to feel like, yeah, right, you can't do that. Because I do believe God is almighty. And, I talk about that. If you're not going to follow me because I say God here and there, then I can't serve you. It is what it is. And so I remember driving home that night feeling guilty that I prayed with like doubt, right? But they say any prayer is still a prayer and God knows our hearts. When I went to get my MRI, they pumped me with something called gadolinium. It's like a liquid metal because when they stick you in the MRI, they want it to light up all of your insides to see how big the tumors are, right? After 45 minutes in the MRI machine, they told me they're like, you don't have anything. I said, I've had this since I was pregnant with my firstborn. My daughter is 2 now. What do you mean I don't have anything? They're like, you don't have it. I was like, you were supposed to remove my uterus in May. I had signed everything. It was just the same week as my son's surgery. So I didn't do it. And I kid you not, it was prayer and it was time nutrition 80-day obsession. Because I ate from the top 1/3 of all those containers for 80 freaking days. I showed up like a beast. I listened to all the personal development as a mom because, I was freaking out. My son was about to have some serious surgery and I just head down. So because I wasn't like working in the business, we were just, I wasn't inviting, wasn't recruiting. I was just head down doing me. I lost my diamond. That happens often actually in this business. And then Becky was like, okay, I want to hit elite this year. So let's go. I said, okay, pulled out my activity tracker, my business activity tracker. I have it. See, I always lose it. This is why I like the fact that it's electronic because my kids draw on it. They spill on it. I lose it nonstop. I have like 3 little spiral binders because I printed out the business activity tracker. When I want to hit diamond, I will write, there's 26 lines on one side, where you can write people's names. I will write somebody's name on every single line. And my goal is to call or text, or my favorite thing, voice message 26 people. Hey girl, how you doing? I just want to see how you're doing. My son's surgery went well. I just started this fitness program. A lot of times I wouldn't even talk about fitness. We just moved again. I found out I'm pregnant, whatever it was, like 26 people a day. This is, and then so every day I did that. And then I hit diamond in 6 weeks after Becky said, I need a diamond right now. Boom, from the bottom, diamond again. Okay. And then last year, I don't know, I got a bug to run again. So I have like 26. No, I think I have at least 28 coaches under me right now. And then under my husband, we have 6, 7, 8 coaches under him. But the reason I have coaches under him is because I had so many coaches and I felt like a secure diamond that I said, it's time to build him. So then I got my business activity tracker. I went all in. I built him to diamond. Okay. I took my pedal off of that. He's an emerald right now because I love what I'm doing. I love helping my people. I love doing me. So, okay, I'm a diamond right now. You better believe that when Felicia pops one more emerald, he's gonna be diamond that same week because it's a decision. And then the next goal is I'm gonna be diamond again under him. Why is that? Why am I even talking about this? Because we have to be coachable. And I just talked to one of our new coaches. She's like, I want to sign my spouse up, especially because he's military. So one of them doesn't have to pay the $15 monthly coach fee if they're military. So she's signing up her spouse because you want him at the top of the food chain. So every time you sign coaches up, they produce volume. Okay, so when they produce this volume, if you sign up your spouse all the way down here, you're gonna see all this volume that he is not getting. So like Becky, Christina, maybe even Susie, their spouses make like $2,000 a week because they are on the top of their food chain and they're active. Like what? So it's real estate. It doesn't mean they have to be active all the time. You want to keep them active. If you order stuff, you can sell the Shakeology packets as samples. I actually do weekly raffles. And if you win, you can pick out what flavor Shakeology you want and I'll mail it to you. It's an easy mail, or I'll order Energize and Recover in the packets. Boom. You want that sampler? Here you go. We just had a coach summit that was part of the gift bags. We like to try new things. So, be coachable, but do it for you, like what works for you, because you have to find that joy. And for me, this is still my release, like this business. Thank you, Susie, for having me on here. Like I look up to Susie and Becky, and I love that. A lot of us look up to each other and we ask each other to talk for our teams. It's like, but I look up to you. Wait, but I look up to you. Like I love Diesel Nation. Christina and Becky set up these amazing tools for us. We have all the tools we need. Systems is so important. I used to be an operational manager for Lowe's, and I used to move from store to store because I would fix the store because I would read the handbook, I would set up systems, and they would get good reports, good grades. Hey, do you mind coming to the store? Sure, I'd go to that store. But here's another thing I got to tell you guys. Every time they asked me to move or every time somebody needed help, hey, do you mind? And I'm very silly because I feel a little uncomfortable asking too, but I find a way to ask. Do you mind giving me a Scooby snack? You want me to drive an hour to fix a messed up store when I have this beautiful store right here? Like, what are you going to give me? So I got 5% raise, move me another store, 5% raise. I didn't wait a year. I didn't wait whatever the corporate time is to get a raise. Even if I was at the same store, you're moving me positions. Do I get a Scooby snack? What are they going to say? No. And that's one of the things I try to tell my coaches. Don't ever disqualify somebody. If they're asking you and you're helping them, you have to ask for it. If you don't ask for the sale, it's no. It's no. But if you ask for it, maybe it's a yes. I know it was always a yes for me for a raise. I left Lowe's making $30 an hour. There was a manager that was there longer than me, a male. He made 26 because he never asked. Like, come on. And I found that out years after I had left because we're friends and he works somewhere else now. I was like, what? I was like, so you have to ask. Same thing with this business, and you have to find the joy in it. This business brings me release because you guys know all the stuff that's going on with Britney Spears, right? Yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard. She posted something that had me crying. She said, I know something about fairy tale and how her life looks like a fairy tale on Instagram and it's all happy. Everybody's going through something, every single body, and you don't even know. And I cried when I read her post because that's me. Like, it's hard being a mom. It's hard being a wife. It's hard being a Latina, first generation, who feels guilty for doing me first. But I have learned that when I don't do me first, I am grumpy with them. I am disappointed with myself. The triggers are like way up here. If I can get up, do my workout, and have my food ready, less dishes, more time to play, like I am a happier me for them. And it's such a nasty cycle to break, but that's what works for me. That's why I'm here. So I don't know. Is that what you wanted me to talk about?
Yes, Jennifer, thank you so much. So what I would love to do is ask you a couple of questions, if it's okay, and then open it up for them to ask you questions. So first thing that I want to ask you is, I know you suffer from postpartum depression. Did you talk about that on your social media, so that others can see, you know, were you vulnerable and you shared it, or did you just share your workout? What was it that got you to build your audience that then later became your team?
At the beginning, I didn't. I was too insecure. I didn't talk about it with my daughter. With my son, the son that wasn't supposed to be here because they were supposed to remove my uterus, I talked about it. He was my first child that I did not have postpartum depression with. I worked out bar blend until the day I delivered. And but when I started, I only had 115 followers on Instagram. So like I said, I like to learn. So all my personal development was, how do I grow my Instagram? Hashtags, follow certain accounts, engage, be social on social media. I hated Instagram. I only had Instagram because my little sister said Facebook was for old people. She didn't want Facebook. So I needed to keep tabs on her. Still, you know, little sister, up to no good, go to Coachella. And so that's why I had Instagram. So I only had 115 followers on there. Like, so that was all my personal development. I did not share that I had postpartum depression. I just said, hey, I'm doing this fitness thing. I'm all alone in San Diego, and anybody want to do it with me? And yeah, it was pretty vague. And I think I might have even said a price, which now I'm like, don't say Beachbody, don't say Shakeology, don't say a price. Just talk to people, because if we're doing all the talking, then we're not going to get the sale. Right. If we're doing the listening, so we have the answers, that's where the sales are going to come from.
I love it. Another question. So you were a full-time manager, operational manager, you said?
At Lowe's.
And then, so you left. Was it because of Beachbody? Because of the income, or no? Because you just wanted to be a mom, and then you had a little bit more time to work the business, or how is it that you started to build this business? Because I mean, mommy of three, I'm sure you're very busy, Jennifer.
And I homeschooled because my son, for the pandemic, and he's got an IEP, he's got speech, he's got all kinds of things going on. Yeah.
Can you let my mom see this for one?
The night, okay, go.
The rest
of the night. Go show me your picture. I want to see the picture you're painting. I was a full-time 60-hour-a-week salary manager at Lowe's. My husband was a full-time PhD student in Texas. It's funny, you ask God to show you signs. I was like, God, if I'm supposed to go to Texas, let me know. I applied for a job. I got it, got a raise. Like, the only thing missing was like a billboard saying move to Texas. All the other signs were there. My house sold in 10 days. Everything was there. So I moved to Texas because we were doing the long distance thing. I moved to Texas. He was a PhD student. He graduated, and he wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom because he never saw his mom growing up. And I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom because I never saw my parents growing up. But then, you know, it's hard on a marriage when there's one income.
Right.
And you have a kid, and now you live in San Diego where it's super expensive, from Texas to San Diego, like, and then we had a second kid. So that's what put me in the depression, was I felt isolated. I felt lost. I used to ride motorcycles. I used to snowboard and scuba dive. I had kids. I did none of that. I wasn't social anymore. I was in a new city, and he used to get so mad. You live in paradise. Why the F are you mad when I come home? Why are you so upset? It's like, because I'm isolated in paradise.
So what made you say, okay, I'm going to work the business? What was it? Was it your results, or did you have a desire for income?
No, it was the depression. I wanted to get out of my own way. So I didn't feel like I was working it when I hit diamond the first time. When I hit diamond the first time, it was literally, I needed to get out of my own way, and I was coachable. Do the program, do the vital behaviors. So I did the vital behaviors. That was literally what got me to diamond the first time. The second time, it was like, oh, I could make some money off of this. Yeah. And Becky had goals. My goals are just to be good, or like to be the best mom I could be. That's the season I'm in. But because I'm very like, Susie's my friend, Amber's my friend, Becky's my friend, you guys want to do something, let's go. Like I'm very team focused, you know?
Right.
And so she's like, I have this goal. Do you think who wants to run with me? Sign me up. Here, let's go. Let's do it.
So Jhenifer, how did you get to Diamond? Did you invite people? Was it your warm market, your cold market? So that the girls can hear, what were your action steps? Was it people joining you because they saw your journey, or was it you going out there and inviting women? How did you get there?
So the main reason, or the main people I talked to the second time I hit Diamond was people that watched my stories.
So it was people that were inspired by you and they just reached out and said, hey, I want to join you?
No, I usually created conversations with them. And usually it's through voice. I like voice more than texting because usually I have people pulling on me. So I can't be texting, or I'm nursing, or, you know, so I'll like, hey, how you doing? Thanks for watching my story. I love your page. Like, take a quick glance. I have 3 kids too. You know, I started homeschooling this year too, just quick voice messages. And it was from people watching my stories. At first it was my warm market, but then, please let go, Rosemary. But then it was more people watching my stories, or if I posted and they liked it or they commented.
So you created the conversations. You were actually working the tracker without really even just maybe knowing that you were working it, or were you doing it intentionally?
I printed the tracker and I like checking boxes. I love
Okay.
People Nation because they have the academy and I can check those boxes.
Okay,
I love
so
the check boxes.
so you were working the business, you were working the tracker, you were creating conversations, and that is what got you to Diamond. Okay,
Yeah.
because that's what I want the girls to know, that it doesn't come to you just because you're posting. You need to go out there and create
Oh, yeah.
conversations. You need to go out there and invite people, and that's how they join.
People will watch your stories and not know what you're doing.
Right.
So
Okay.
you just be like, oh, you know, and they're like, oh, I see you working out all the time. What are you doing? Boom, that's your door in. Oh, I'm
Right.
doing this workout, you know. But yeah, you have to start those conversations. You don't necessarily have to ask for the sale right away. I actually don't like asking for anything the first 2 or 3 times I talk to them. Oh, how old are your kids? You know, like, what do we have in common? I love to lift. Where can I get your pants? Whatever. Like,
Yeah, you're being a human.
social. Be
Right.
social.
Yeah. Okay, Jhenifer, one more question before I open it up to the team. So you open up your second CBC, right? Because you get to 1 star and then you got to 2 star. Is that how it is?
No.
Okay, no. So you just you started working your husband's business, his account. You get him to Diamond. How long did it take you to get him to Diamond?
Not long. Like, I want to say not even a month, because we were moving from,
Wow.
I think from
Diamond in less than 30 days.
Well, yeah, you head down and do the tracker. If you do the tracker, you're calling all these people. Like,
It's not hard. And I think we make it harder than what it is, because Diamond in under 30 days is just, that's phenomenal to see, Jhenifer.
for my husband's Diamond, he was Emerald, right? I only had 2 coaches under him. He was hanging out there. And then when that urge to go, then I started building more. But so for him, not only did I do the tracker, I called all of my family. My dad is 1 out of 12.
Wow.
So, hey, I know your daughter's super overweight too. Like, you know, I love my cousin, but you guys can do it together. Come on, Thea, like, check it out. So yeah, I feel like they kind of call in some favors, but they used it. My uncle's still doing it now. Like, you know, and he signed up to do me a favor. And we have to ask, like, okay, before I hit Diamond the first time, one of my really good friends, I said to myself, I cannot invite her. She has 6 kids. Go potty, hurry up. She has 6 kids. I can't invite her. Like, that's selfish of me to invite her. And then Hurricane Irma hit and she had nothing to eat. I said, if she had Shakeology, I would not feel like this. I am such a fool. If she had this business, she wouldn't be struggling without a job right now. It was a game changer. It totally like opened up my eyes to a whole nother thing. It's selfish to not ask people.
Yes,
It
it's
really
selfish to not ask. We
really
think
is.
that we're being like salesy, but on the other side, it's like we are giving them a gift, a huge gift, not only for the business, but just the journey of wellness. Wow, that's
Teresa's on
impressive.
here. My girl Teresa's on here. She can tell you, I invited her
I'm here.
3 years straight, 3 years. You got to do this with me. I know you'll love it. I miss you. We live so far away. Like, do it, because then I get to see you all the time on our virtual fit club. Nah, it's not for me. I don't want it. And I'm like, she's my friend. I'm not gonna pester her anymore. But she knew the opportunity is there. And then I call her when quarantine hit, right? How you doing? Like, just as a friend. I'm never inviting her again. She told me no like 100 times. How are you doing? Oh yeah, this and this and this. Okay, all right, well, take care. Have a good day. Wait. Are you still doing the Beachbody thing? Yeah. Oh, good, because I want to be a coach. 1 year later, how you doing, Tere?
Wow, you see, ladies, listen to
I'm
that.
down
That's
30
amazing.
pounds. I'm in the best health, the best shape of my life right now. I've got customers completely out of the blue. I'm not a coach. I have a full-time job. I'm not looking to work this business. I'm looking to work my health. And she saved my life. She literally saved my life.
Oh my God, Teresa, thank you for sharing that with us. My gosh, that is so powerful. And again, simply because she chose to invite and work her tracker. The tracker creates traction because action creates traction. And that tracker helps you take action. So amazing, amazing, amazing. Jhenifer, Teresa, thank you for sharing. All right, ladies, we're coming to the end of the call. I don't want to be too long, but I definitely want to open it up. Does anyone have anything that they want to share? Any questions? Anything at all that they want to add to tonight's call and take advantage of having Jhenifer here with us? You could go ahead and unmute yourself and go ahead and chit chat. Let's make this interactive.
I just want to say thank you, Jhenifer. Like, your call right now just reminded me of my kids always jumping in, and this is real life. And I like how you said that you stopped getting out of your own way, because I do that to myself like all the time. I created an amazing business with my husband, but yet I struggle bouncing back from Beachbody because I have to really be myself with Beachbody, and it forces me to share the ugly, even though the ugly is really not that ugly. It's just part of who I am, but yet it's still in my mind that I don't deserve this. And so I really appreciate your time. So thank you.
Yeah. A lot of everybody's dealing with something. And I think we have to give ourselves grace. And it's so hard for a lot of us to be like, it's okay. We're okay. Like,
yes. Sharona, thanks for sharing that. I mean, girl, you're more than worth it and more than deserving. And when you share your truth, you are literally saving someone else's life, like Jhenifer did for Teresa. Literally, it boils down to that. It's that simple. We just have a hard time understanding that, and we make it more complicated, and we have limiting beliefs. But Sharona, girlfriend, you matter, and your light matters, and your voice matters. And we are all here to give hope to other mommies who are silently suffering. I always say that because I was that woman. I was the one that was silently suffering until I said no more, and I drew the line in the sand. And this community has saved me and given me life and purpose and mission and clarity and all the things. I live so much more intentional now. Thank you, Amber, because it's true, it's not wasting my days just thinking that I needed to be that mom that just needed to have the house, perfect. No, now I'm doing, impact work, and I am building people up, and I am lifting them the way that they lift me. And it's about just holding hands and linking arms and really just embracing what community can provide to us. And I think that Beachbody embodies living a very fulfilled life. Their mission is on point, and it's up to us, like Stacy says, to make it the heartbeat of our lives. It's up to us, right? It's not just gonna come at us, it's up to us. So, you know, I'm so happy to hear all of this. Anyone else have any questions or something that they want to share? Thanks, Sharona, for sharing that.
I have two things I wrote down that I wanted to share that, Sharona, thank you, because you made me think of it. One of my girls is on here right now, and she reminded me of my why, right? I was in that postpartum depression area. Well, she had a different kind of depression going on. She lost both of her parents and has two little kids. And I remember, I gotta wipe a butt. She reached out to me and I told her, like, I've been, so with her, because I knew her dad and like, I felt the loss. I'll be right back. I gotta wipe this butt. Sorry.
Anyone else want to share anything? That's mom life. That's real life. I love it because that is how we do. Stacy's dying over there. Stacy, thanks for being here, babe. I know you look tired. I know you've been working at the salon for a while. Are you okay hanging in there?
That was hilarious. I gotta go wipe a butt. That's gonna be like a t-shirt line. Like, I am cracking up. But you know what I love most is that, you know, every time we're in a team call, you guys, I say attend as many as you can, because the limiting beliefs, their heartbeat dies down a little bit more. This is what counteracts them. Because really, 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 if you really get real with all like these limiting beliefs we have, they are just the devil's way, or whatever you believe in, to see how bad you want it. It's not to tear you down. And when you get on a call like this is what reinforces it. So just like, you just never can forget that. Don't ever forget that why we're here. And the big thing too, you guys, is we talked about, you know, being in a choir. Like, this helps me sing by seeing people in here. And we hope that it helps you sing. And if we can all sing together, then you can be there like Jhenifer is, to be with her daughter right now and going to wipe a butt, because that's it. You know, I'm sitting in my hair salon. I have to clean it up. I have to go home and do laundry. But this is a heartbeat to bettering yourself. And if you're wishy-washy on the business, are you wishy-washy on the belief of you? So just use it as that driving force, right? And guess what? It's going to happen. Just don't give up. And maybe the wishy-washiness is part of your journey too. There's always a lesson in them, right? So you're never dropping rank or a failure. What if you had to go down a rank just for a minute? Because maybe you need to learn more patience. Suzette and I said, I just want joy, right? It's just joy. Thank you for sharing that. And that was the highlight of the call. Honestly, I know I didn't catch the beginning, but that's what I love, because then you guys, we all can see, we all have a lot of stuff, but we're all doing it.
We just gotta take
No
that.
one has more or less, right? No.
Yeah.
How was the butt wiping session? Was it great?
Yeah, it was quick and easy and down to the point.
Gosh, you're so cute.
I love it, Stacey.
But yeah, we
thank you
gotta
for
take that messy
Yeah.
action. I was gonna say about my friend, I didn't feel like I could invite her, right? Because I felt the pain too of what she was going through. But sometimes you inviting somebody else can look like loving on them. Like, I loved all her posts when she was crying about her kids or about what she was struggling with. You're not alone. You're not alone. Never once did I say, join me, come be fitness, come make income, because that, I didn't feel like that wasn't right for me to say that. I didn't feel that way. Just being there for her. And then she messaged me, I'm going through postpartum depression. I'm going through this, I'm going through that. You probably don't even care and don't understand what I'm going through, but I feel a tug to tell you. And I was like, girl, like she reminded me of me, who I had to help. And so like when you find those people, it like relights you to keep going. So keep sharing, keep showing up. And so that was one thing I had wrote on my whiteboard. My second thing was, there's my newest coach that's about to hit diamond in 3 months, right? She is a Zumba instructor, and she hadn't been invited by some doctor, famous, like top 20 Beachbody coach. But that lady has like 300,000 followers or something. She's like famous, right? And so they talked months ago, and she never signed up with her. She felt like, well, she's a celebrity. Like, I don't know if I want to sign up with her. It's funny because she told me, I want to sign up with you because you only have 5,000 followers and you'll give me attention. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, thank you for lifting that weight off of me. I was, dang, I don't even have 10,000 followers yet. Dang it, like.
See, that was even a limiting belief. It doesn't freaking matter about the followers. It's bullshit.
There's people with tons of followers that are not even hitting Success Club.
They don't, it's, and we're so, you know what it is though? It takes me back to when we tried to be the cool kids, like in elementary school and middle school. And now looking back on it and realizing like, I was already cool. I just never believed in myself. Like we get that second chance at Beachbody.
In high
Like,
school,
you
oh my
already
gosh,
are
I'm so
cool.
fat, and you're never.
Yeah, like,
perfect.
God.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I'll add to
And
that. So, because I think that it's true what Stacey's saying, we had this limiting belief. And Jhenifer, like you, so I have a girl on my team, Jackie, who was following me, I would say for a good maybe 2 years. She was under Amy Silverman, top 10 coach, didn't get the attention that she was craving and signed up under me. Little me, Susie, with only at the time maybe 3,000 followers, so the number of followers means nothing. It's about the connection. It is about the connection, because she was like, girl, you are pulling me. There's a force that pulls me your way. And sure enough, canceled under Amy Silverman and came my way, and she's still on my team. We are friends outside of the business, because when she is not working it, she's like, I just need you as a friend. And I'm like, I'm here, girl. I'm not going anywhere. I'm a lifer. And that's the beauty of this business. So thank you, girls. All right. It's almost 10 o'clock. So I will let you all know. Thank you, Jhenifer, for spending your night with us. And I know you're busy and you know how you have your kids. I love seeing Brenda with her baby. She's a Shakeology baby. I love to see Sharona with her little one there. I saw someone there. So, thank you, girls, for being here. I know we're all tired. Mel, I know today was a hard day for you, but you've leaned into the community. Stacy, still at her hair salon. Look at the time. Poor girl hasn't had dinner. I'm sure everyone else is busy. Teresa, thank you for sharing, some of, your story. I love it that you leaned in and embraced, just sharing your voice. To me, it's an honor. It's an honor. And I know Stacy and I feel the same way. We lead our team calls together. Her and I are one. And I know that what she says, I feel, what I say, she feels. So thank you for being here. Girls, let's go out there. Let's be a light. We get to diamond, not because it's the rank. It's because we are being a light to those people that need us. And building our business does help us be profitable, but it only allows us to shine brighter to the world and give more and help more. That's the goal. So I'll leave you with that. Have a great Wednesday, and I will talk to y'all soon. I'll post a recording as soon as I have it. Bye, guys. Have a great night.
Bye, bye, bye.